So someone chooses now to mow the lawn. That's just perfect. Okay, so you know how I said Shin Angel is the most wholesome hentai out there? Well, guess what? Glass the Movie would like to have a conversation. What's up, guys? Funari Lover 47 here. Welcome to Watching for the Plot. What I essentially do is troll through the catacombs of the darkest parts of the internet to find animated erotic videos and then criticize them on the internet because no one else wants to hear me talk about it in the real world. But if you do, subscribe for more. I never said "aww" when watching the ending of a hentai, but this one is completely different. So I have uploaded 16 videos, I think. I don't know, I lost count. But from all the shows I've reviewed, literally only one has been of the wholesome variety. The rest have made me question my existence or made me cringe into myself infinitely. So despite this movie being about 70 minutes long and some change, this is going to be a relatively short review, mainly because of two reasons. One, there is about 40 minutes of just knocking boots. And two, the main character doesn't even talk. Now for the second point, there is an entire genre of hentai focused on the whole not talking aspect, aka POV, because it's supposed to be the viewer that is having sex. It's pretty popular and reminisces heavily on those dating simulators that are also popular. And the one thing that bothers me about this in particular is because my man talks a lot in this show. So having just a void there, like in Pokemon anything, when the character's supposed to be talking is really kind of awkward. I mean, it still works because there isn't that much being said. It snaps you out of the universe, I'm trying to say here. I have to point out the obvious here. You might have noticed as yourself, the animation was amazing. It was made in 2018, so it kind of makes sense, and the whole 3D aspect they got going on there is also pretty fire as well. Not only that, the music producers snapped as well, the OT's a banger, and the story writers, they snapped. I'm gonna be honest, I love the story. So with all that out the way, let's start talking about this plot, shall we? This Guts clone here is named Sakurai, and he's coming back after school to meet the student class president alone after everyone is gone. Sounds suspect, but let's keep it pushing. So we come to find out that the reason Sakurai was called here by Shirakawa, her name Shirakawa by the way, was because she wanted to leave a letter in his desk. What letter? Oh, I think you and I both know what's going on there. So instead of going to further investigate that claim, he notices the porno mag on his desk. Well, his porno mag. Want to know why I said that?
今日の体育の時間、あなたの机の中からそれを発見し、直ちに没収しました。仕方ないじゃない。机に手紙を入れようとしたら視界に入っちゃったんだから。学級委員長としてこれを見過ごすわけにはいきません。
Yes, this man was horny on main, leaving a hardcore porno mag in his own desk. And this was not even his? Like, how much of a cool do you have to be to casually leave that around? Homie, at least try to hide it. But after scolding him about it, Yui decides to confiscate it and place it in her bag. And then once she does that, she begins to roast this man into oblivion about how he's in the bottom 1% of the class and lowering the entire class's average because of his bad grades. After that, she casually asks about this man's future. So you can clearly tell she's heavily invested in it. And after the conversation, she decides to challenge him to an endurance test. And if Shirakawa wins, she gets to command Sakurai to her liking. Essentially what her objective was to be his tutor until he can pass his classes and do good so he can go to college, obviously. However, if he wins, he gets the porno mag back. On the surface, it doesn't sound fair at all, not an equivalent exchange. However, two things. Number one, Karen's not budging whatsoever because she has the upper ground here, obviously. And number two, I'd rather Coon than be enslaved to an uptight Karen. I'm gonna be honest here, that just sounds like a complete nightmare as a lazy guy myself. So they do the endurance test, and what it is essentially is sitting in this Japanese pose where you're on your calves for as long as you possibly can. And our girl Shirakawa wins. Did I mention that the OST slaps, by the way? So after winning such an exhausting competition, she decides to celebrate. However, since this is a hentai, she falls right on top of him, and once she does this, whoops, the letter drops out.
大丈夫よ。
So immediately after reading it in 4.221 milliseconds, he decides to be as blunt as possible and say, hey, did you write this?
何？ん？これは違うの。友達に頼まれたの。桜井くんに渡してって。
I mean, that's a very adorable response. There are too many reasons as to why that is just the worst response possible, but our boy Sakurai is just like, you know what? Hey, tell your friend to like someone else. And, oh my god, cue the XXXTentacion music was. She's about to get up and leave, fully depressed, and once she gets up, Guts Jr. over here pulls a, I don't like you, babe. I just love you. I don't want you. I need you. Like, this type of shit, come on, dude, what are you doing? Playing with someone's emotions. That is not very PogChamp at all. After confessing his feelings and Yui is on full blushing mode because she obviously wrote the letter, she's feeling, well, a bit frisky. How did I jump to that?
足まだしびれてる。変なこと考えてない？いいよ。じゃあマッサージして。
Yeah, so immediately after this, boom, we see a clean 40 minutes of sex in any and every form you could think of. And when they leave, it's like in the dead of night, and this final adorable scene happens. And the end. Of course, there was a bit of banter in between. I'm gonna break that down right now. Willis, they were in the middle of knocking them boots, good old booty knocking. Sakurai decides to drop this beautiful one-liner, and I quote, enjoy the moment of pouring my seat into her till the very last drop comes out. Very descriptive to say the least, and during the session, it feels like a hot and steamy middle-aged woman was describing every single moment in explicit detail. This would put 50 Shades of Grey to sleep with how descriptive it was. So amidst the action, they begin to talk about the future, and as that final scene entailed, they agreed on being married as she becomes pregnant. It's a lot of high school, babe, I'll take care of the child, I got this banter going on. I mean, I can't judge him too hard because my boy has plans on taking over his father's bicycle shop. Is that enough to take care of a kid? I don't know. I really don't know. I don't really care because, well, the student council president seems like she's an uptight member to society. Unless, of course, he broke her mind and now she's completely enamored with him, doesn't want to do anything else again. But I doubt that's going to be the case because she is, again, the student council president. So that's the end of the pretty wholesome hentai. And at the end of the day, if you fell in love with these characters after watching this, there is a sequel called New Glass, the movie. And I read the synopsis, it's pretty much a continuation. And apparently, our boy Sakurai here, Guts Jr., starts picking up his grades. So I assume his reward is obviously, Alright, I don't have an outro, but if I did, it wouldn't matter because I'm looking for a video. Good night.